Stellino, talked to him about the NFL. We were talking actually because he votes on a Hall of Fame, and between the break, it was Jerry Jones who made the Hall of Fame a couple of years back. And I know why he did. One, he's real good with the media. Never turns down an interview. I mean, I've considered, maybe trying to reach out to him here to talk about Jason Witten coming back, the local product from Elizabethton. Or, he brought in a lot of money to the NFL, let's face it. But at the same time, he is sort of the guy. In fact, no, he is the guy that fired Jimmy Johnson and basically changed what looked to be a dynasty that could last for a long, long time into what's been a mediocre football team since then and all this. You had to vote on that. Let's just go with that. I mean, I guess, Jones is the one guy that I look at the Hall of Fame and I say, boy, I don't know if he belongs. What is your thought? What got him in? What was in that room? Why did they vote for him as a contributor?
It's all about the money. That he showed the other owners how to make money. But to me, the idea is money's not the most important thing. Having good football is, and so I had reservations, but I didn't express them because I could just see the way the room was going. They were going to put it in. So sometimes it's not worth fighting a battle his record as a football owner, he wants to run the whole show. And made too many bad draft picks and hired the wrong coaches, he's a charismatic guy and certainly has been, he's turned on the money spigots, that type of thing. But I don't know if it was one of the best choices.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask this. There's this talk, I think it's been shelved, but over the weekend it came out that the NFL owners were projecting, they were theorizing about an 18-game schedule, but the players can only play 16 games. This was very criticized in the media. What was your thought on that proposal?
Oh, I think it's the most ridiculous idea I've ever heard.
Okay.
It's been mentioned before, but I mean, and from a writing standpoint, it'd be interesting because, they send a guy, the quarterback, he's got to sit 2 games, and they lose those 2 games. Were those the right games then? That type of thing. But it's not, it's a gimmick, people expect their stars to play if they're healthy, the good teams obviously would sit the quarterback against a bad team, but who knows? Without the quarterback, maybe it would be more of an upset. But yeah, I just think that. Also, 18 games is a terrible idea. There's only the season now runs from Sunday after Labor Day till the end of the year, and then the playoffs start in January. Well, if you go to 18 games, you're either going to go before Labor Day, which is not good for the Braves, people still on vacation, or you're playing regular season games in January, and the teams that are 5-11, 4-12, 3-13 and worse, 16, they're going to play 2 games in January. How big of a fraction of those games are going to be?
They're going to have to play them down south or in domes, I guess. I don't know how many people want to sit out in the cold for that. I do get that. I've surpassed sitting out in the cold for such games myself. My thing is I want to see the preseason go away. I'm sick and tired as an NFL season ticket holder, Vito Stellino, of having to pay full price for preseason games. And, I'm 7 hours away from the venue, and I like going to the games. I can do it on a weekend, that sort of thing. But there's the situation where I can't give away the preseason tickets. I may pay $90 for them. I'll sell them for $5. I mean, and usually the regular season games I can't attend, I can get a profit. That's how I can afford to keep the season tickets, if you will. But the preseason, I mean, I just tell people, it's a great date because, you can say, hey, you want to go to the football game with a young lady and she doesn't shiver. She can wear shorts in August, and you can sort of have a relaxed time and all that. That's about what the preseason is, but it just isn't that interesting outside of it. And even in the fourth quarter, you see how the games fall apart and such. I mean, so I remember the USFL used to play 18 games. I'll throw that out. I think the World Football League did too, as a matter of fact. So I'll throw that out. But I just want to see the preseason go away.
Well, I'm fine with that too, but the regular season should be 16, regardless of what else you do. And I do credit the players. D. Smith made a great comment. It says, if you tell a coal miner he's going to spend more time in the mine, will he make more money? Sure, but is that good for him? That type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you were in effect decreasing the chances of them suffering a concussion by 12% a year. I'm saying 2 extra games.
I would like to see the numbers of injured reserve for the USFL against the 16-game seasons. I would like to see that, especially in that era, because, the extra games and also the heat. Plus there was AstroTurf and things like that not so much these days and all this. Anyway, Vito Stellino, VitoStellino.com. I will say this. I wasn't 100% against it. I did kind of like the strategic element of when are we going to play our backup quarterback, that sort of thing. But I do see, I can also see, you come to see Tom Brady. You don't come to see, his backup. I understand that. So, anyway, Vito Stellino, yes.
They say, well, more meaningful games. Well, as I said, everybody who's 5'11 or worse, those last 2 games in January, I'll make a fraction of those games.
Yeah, you got to really love your team. I mean, there are times where, that's my team and all that. I wanted to, growing up, I give you that. But anyhow, hey, you read about Steve McNair on VitoStellino.com. That's somebody, I mean, you're talking Hall of Fame. I remember when he passed away, a lot of really sympathetic Titans fans around here, I would hear call-up talk shows. Do you think he's a Hall of Famer? Well, no, I don't. But you really were appreciative of his talents. And, I can remember being in the press box where there's supposed to be no cheering and listening to Titans media say, boy, that guy is amazing. What are your thoughts? Tell us a little bit when you remember Steve McNair and, almost leading 1 yard short of tying the Super Bowl up, Super Bowl 34. What do you think of Steve McNair as you write about the 10th anniversary of his death?
Well, as I said, there's a lot of thought of what could have been. The big schools would not let him play quarterback, so I went to Elkhorn State, didn't get a great coach in there. And then he had the misfortune of joining a team with Jeff Fisher, who wanted to run the ball and play defense. So he never had a quarterback whisperer to help develop him. And then his running style in that day, he just suffered so many injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was that game that they lost to the Ravens in 2000. That should have been their year. And Jeff Fisher coached one of the worst games you ever see. Third and 3 from the 3-yard line in the third quarter. And does he let McNair, sprint out or throw a pass? He runs Eddie George against one of the great defenses of all time. And, of course, he gets stopped a yard short and they kick a field goal, Well, then later on, 4th and 1 from the 19 in the fourth quarter to game tie. His field goal kicker already had one blocked and missed another one. And he goes to the field goal and gets blocked and run back for a touchdown. I mean, there's no way they should have lost that game. They had the first down like 23-6 or something, That was a terrible coaching. And that's, so I think there's a, he didn't have a Hall of Fame resume, but he was a really good athlete. He was drafted in baseball, too, like the 45th round or so, the 35th, something like that. But, it's just unfortunate, And Fisher also ended Eddie George's career prematurely. He ran 330 times, 5 different seasons, It just wore the guy out.
I have 2 minutes left, but I do want to ask you. You also write about this. The the pass interference penalties that we can review. People are expecting that this is going to be, well, you write it, a recipe for disaster. I'll tell you the truth. You know this. I've said this about that Saints-Rams game. I put the blame on a Saints loss on Sean Payton for not running a ball on first down. I think that they probably win the game if he does, that sort of thing. Who knows? Maybe Kamara goes 16 yards for a touchdown or whatever it was. But the point here that I want to make is how do you think this is going to play out with pass interference that you can now review it?
Oh, it's going to be terrible because that particular play never happens. That the guy deliberately interferes and the officials miss it.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a rare play. And, most of the time, pass interference is a judgment call.
Yeah.
But, you get the, have a referee to overturn something. Who knows what they'll rule. So it's going to create more controversy instead of less, And, and both Steve Landino and Mike Pereira, two former head officiators, said you don't make a rule for one play, especially one play that almost never happens.
Yeah.
How often do they miss flagrant pass interference?
Do you think that it's going to be like 1 year on the books and then it'll be repealed after disaster?
Oh, if it is a disaster, now maybe Riveron and the replay officials will control themselves and not overturn a lot of plays. So
Okay.
There's a chance that it could not.
It couldn't work. I have 5 seconds. Vito Stellino, it is always wonderful to talk to you. VitoStellino.com. There's nobody better. Tri-City Sports Now.